Hello, this is Professor Vandusky Allen. I'm going to show you how to make a bar graph in Excel. I will show you how to do it with text data, and I will also show you how to do it with data that's categorical, like what we did in class with the survey question about how many times people attended religious services a month. But it has numbers to it instead of the text. Okay, so in class I showed you how to do it with the text, and I'll do that again. So the first thing you have to do is click Insert, Pivot Table, and then what I'm going to do is select all of this. Okay, so I'm selecting the name of the variable and all of the data. I'll put it in a new worksheet, click OK. And then I move the name of the variable down to rows and values. And as you can see, it creates this frequency distribution. We want this to be percentages, so we click on here. We do show values by percentage of column total, and that tells us the percentage of cases that fit into the different categories. Then what we do is we select all this, copy it, and then paste it here. And then we can select all that, do insert and bar graph, and it creates a bar graph for us. Now, to do this with numerical data, there's one extra step, and I'll explain why when I'm doing it. So to start, click Insert, Pivot Table, go ahead and select all of that, all the data with the name of the variable. Click New Worksheet and click OK. Now we're going to move the name of the variable down to rows and to values. And if you notice here, it says sum of average. That's not exactly what we want. We want to right click and select Summarize Values by Count. Now when you do this with text data, the count already is selected, but for some reason in Excel, when you're doing it with numbers, it does it as sum. So we need to change it to count. Okay, so that's the extra step that you need to take. So change it to count. And then you also want to do show values by percentage of column total. And now you have your data, the data that you need. You can copy it and paste it and then select all of it. You may want to change these to text if you have text. So I'm just going to do 1, 2, 3. And remember, we did that in our lab because the numbers had meaning, right? So like the numbers meant like never attended religious services, attended once a week, something like that. Okay, so I'm just going to put some text in there, select all of it, click Insert, and then bar graph. Okay, so just remember, if you are using a variable with numbers and you're making a bar graph off of that, you have to make sure that you right click, do Summarize Values by Count first, because Excel does not assume you want to count. It assumes you want to add it all up, which is not what you want to do. All right, if you have any questions about this, you can email me.